Hey everybody, my name's Matt and this is Tara and we're from Situation Positive. We're here today with our good friend David Lyons of Optimal Body Personal Fitness. We're here for a special workout because we joined the program and we wanted to learn more about it. David, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. And you know something? I'm going to get you guys in top shape and I'm going to get you guys feeling better. But more important than that, I'm going to get your brains connected to those muscles of yours.
All right, so we're ready to get started if you are.
So those two are great. I like how it's convertible, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the things I don't want to have to do is move, like if I'm throwing this over a door, that's already hard enough to do.
Yeah.
Is there a third one that comes out of this? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, we could do our triceps right now. I could show you a tricep movement where it's going to be in the same position as well. The thing is, there are groups of muscles that we're working together. Usually we're doing our chest, our back, and our shoulders in day one.
Okay.
The next day, we're doing our legs so that we're not doing our upper body, giving it a chance to rest. The third day, we go and we do triceps and biceps, so we're back to the upper body. The next day is a rest day. So we either take 1 or 2 days off, depending on how you feel, but no more than 2 days of rest. Then you do that 3-day cycle again. There are multiple training methods in my program, so this is only one type of training method. We change training methods over time. So whether you need 30 days, which would be 10 cycles of this, or whether you need 90 days, which would be 30 cycles of this, you will then change that training method when you feel your body says, okay, I get it, I'm starting to adapt a little bit, and you'll get to feel that. You'll understand that your body does adapt. Some people, it adapts quicker than others, so you want to push forward faster. But no less than 30 days, no more than 90 days. And anywhere in the middle of that is okay. After 90 days, it's enough. Even if you're thinking that I'm not feeling 100% the way I want, you move forward. We cannot let our bodies adapt. Our bodies are lazy. They want to adapt. They're going to find a way to not get any results. So if you trick it into putting a different training method in front of it, it's going to start getting results again. So we're constantly forcing our body to get results by doing different training methods that create those three processes. Contraction training, there's stretch training, there's 1.5 rep training, there's negative resistance training, there's time under tension training. So there's a lot of different terms to these training methods, all of which are in the program. But let's talk about our triceps, and I'll show you how to do one movement for our triceps. So we're in the same position. We're stepping back far enough that we feel resistance on the band. We're locking our elbows into the side, okay? So we're not up here. We are using our elbows as the pivot point of this movement, and we're squeezing. So we're holding the triceps in this squeeze contracted position. 1, 2, 3, 4. We bend the elbow up, bring our hands to our chest, and then back again for that 4-second contraction. You've got to feel the triceps squeezing as hard as you can. It almost feels like it's going to cramp. That's how hard you want to squeeze.
I'm glad we're getting into this one because I've had some problems, especially on my right side. Like that.
Right down, push it down and back. Feel your triceps. I can feel those muscles, okay, so they're working.
Do you notice how the right side
It's okay, it's starting to come up because it's weaker.
Yeah.
But what happens, Matt, is over time, the muscles balance out. The weaker arm will then catch up to the stronger arm. But you've got to get them moving. You've got to get both arms moving equally.
Well, I had a bad relapse in 2016 when I lost the whole right side of my body. And it's as a dad, it's been making me really sad because I can't throw the football with my kids anymore. And you just saw there, I got pretty bad right side deficits.
Right.
How do I balance?
Very, very simply, I'm going to demonstrate it. So the mind and the way the brain connects to the muscles is that if your weak arm, you're trying to get it to force to be as strong as the strong arm, it's not going to work. You're going to be all messed up. What you have to do is you have to release the stronger arm to the level of the weaker arm. Then you're balancing it out. And then as your weaker arm gets stronger, then you can engage the stronger arm the way you want to. Otherwise, what happens is the stronger arm keeps getting stronger, and the weaker arm never catches up to it.
Oh.
So you don't want to keep pushing that stronger arm the same way you're trying to push the weaker arm. So I'll give you, for instance, in the demonstration of this, and hopefully you guys can see this well. If my right arm is weaker, so this arm could go here and this arm is kind of here,
Yeah.
you're going to bring this stronger arm here.
Oh.
And this is where you're going to engage that 4 seconds. So now you're telling those arms that they're balanced. So you're tricking your arms, you're tricking your muscles through the constant focus of what you're doing. And you're saying to the weaker arm, you're as strong as the stronger arm, even though it's not. But if you push down here and you're struggling here, you're telling that arm it's weaker. So there's so much science behind this, and it's hard for people to kind of understand it because they're like, well, why can't I just push my strong arm and just jerk this one down here? It doesn't work that way. Because if you try to just jerk it, you're not doing the movement correctly, your form is going to be terrible, and you're really not creating what you want, which is a balanced body. So here I am with my weak arm going this far, my stronger arm, which I could push further, I'm stopping here, and I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm coming up. So the weaker arm, as I know it's stopping here, I'm going to take the stronger arm and stop it in the same position. Eventually what happens, this arm starts getting stronger because you've been doing this correctly. Now the arm is here, so now you bring your stronger arm there. Eventually you're here where it's supposed to be. This has worked over and over for 10 years for me. And with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people I've worked with one-on-one, and thousands of people that have done this online. It works.
Well, I should have came to you years ago because I ended up quitting the gym because I went back and I can't get this side to wake up.
Yeah, but this will do it for you. This will do it, doing bicep, so that another movement from this top position, you can do upper bicep curls from here, which is part of the program as well. Your arms are stretched.
Yeah.
Getting that stretch, you bring it in and you're squeezing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now maybe this arm here is only coming here, so then you only bring this arm here and you're squeezing. I could go here. If you could go here, that's where your contraction is. It's all adjusting to the weaker side.
Do you want shoulder out of that one too?
Yeah, well, not with this. What we do is we do it seated, and we get the bands underneath our legs. We press upwards, and this is a big one. Because most people have an arm that will not go up all the way. Okay, so I've done this so many times with people that can't lift their arms equally. They take the weaker arm, let's say it's the left side, and the weaker arm is only up here. And this arm could go here. Well, you don't do this. What you do is you take that strong arm, bring it here. As you're doing these exercises and as you continue in the Optimal Body program, that weaker arm is going to get stronger from the repetitions and the repetitive motion and the strength training of this. So you're going to come up here, it's going to come here. Eventually it's going to start doing this. I've had people, and I've got all of this video because I videotape people that I work with one-on-one. And you will see people starting off with that imbalance, and then 3 months later, they're balanced. You know, some of them aren't perfect because, like I said, everybody's different in how the response and how long it takes. But I guarantee that every single person that follows the program for at least 3 months is going to get serious and noticeable improvements in the balance of the weak side and the strong side. And that's all because of what I call focus-driven or thought-based training. So we're focusing, we're thinking, we're not just doing an exercise to do an exercise. And I tell people this, exercise for the sake of exercise is great. Gets blood flowing, makes you feel good. You know, it's like walking is good for you. But walking does not help MS. It helps you in walking and it makes you feel good. But I know so many people who go out walking and then all of a sudden they fall. And then they're done walking. Why? Because they're just out walking. They're not doing anything to get those legs connected to the brain so they can lift their legs up. They're still dragging the leg. They're still doing that MS thing. So eventually they trip, and that's that. It's the same thing with every single body part. You will have your brain connected to those muscles doing a program like this eventually so that the movement becomes normal. Okay? It's just a matter of time, persistence, consistency, and focus. Thought-based, focus-driven training.
And I'm gonna put in that 3 months because you've given me something today which I haven't had in a long time, and that's hope.
There you go.
Because I thought that this was gone. I thought
Nope.
it was never coming back.
Far from it. When the doctors told me 15 years ago I would be in a wheelchair in 6 months, I mean, you know, that was a blow. I was like, are you kidding me? What do you mean I'm going to be in a wheelchair? I'm not going to sit in a wheelchair. The only time that I've ever been in a wheelchair is to show people how to do exercises in a wheelchair. It was more for the fact of I wanted to prove that I could figure this out. So they motivated me. So when you're looking at that arm and you're saying I can't throw and have fun with my kid, isn't that enough motivation for you, Matt? Shouldn't that be the goal? Shouldn't that be how you wake up in the morning and say to yourself, I'm going to do this because I have kids that I need to play with? This is not about you now. It's about how you play with your kids. There's your goal. So from this day on, you're going to visualize throwing that football and throwing that baseball and being able to do what you want to do, and then you will be able to do it. But you have to be in a proper program. You can't just go to the gym and start going like this and think it's going to work.
Yeah, I quit. I tried it.
Because it
and I
does not
quit.
work.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's all great and it makes you feel good. You know, hey, I'm getting all pumped up. But what does it do for the condition you have? What does it do for chronic pain? Nothing. What does it do for MS? Nothing. What does it do for fibromyalgia or ALS or whatever you have? I've worked with people with ALS. And unfortunately for them, it's a terrible, terrible disease. But they can still have a decent quality of life as long as they can if they do something like this, as opposed to just letting the disease, you know, just take over. But it's all a matter of what we think and how we do things. And again, for you, if you are not motivated by playing with your kids, I don't know how to motivate you then.
No, I definitely am, and I think you've taught me how I can turn this situation positive.
Yeah, just do it.